Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 22 with Hull. And what an interesting summer it has been. So, as well as doing transfers, getting ready for the start of the league, which we are now there, we're starting the Premier League off, we also got an interesting job offer to manage England. Like, not even an interview approach, it was just a straight out, do you want to manage England? And I was like, I don't really know what to do, but I feel like that's a really good direction to go with this save. So we now are managing England. This is the team we've got so far. A lot of the players, so like that's for instance Rashford 32, Abraham 32 as well. We've got Ramsdale in goal who's 32. So a lot of people getting the end of their sort of playing careers, so we're having to look for younger players, which I'm trying to give game time to and see how they do. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with England at the moment. We haven't got our first game yet. If I just quickly show you the schedule, what we're going to do is we're going to do this video of the start of the Premier League with Hull, and then we're going to do the Denmark-Sweden game for the next video, and then we'll switch back to Hull in the Premier League at some point. So in terms of England, I haven't really done much with it. I think Harry Kane is retired, so we don't have him. The last game they played was in the World Cup quarterfinal where they lost against France, so they got quite close. Can we see past winners actually? Did England ever win it in this save? No. They came third place 2 years in a row, 2022 and 2026. So no win there for England. When's the next one? We've got 4 years till the next one. So we've got just the European League, which is Denmark, Serbia and Sweden, which, I don't know, that's kind of a doable league, although Denmark seem to be quite a good team, I think, overall. So it'll be interesting to see how that first game goes. And then I think next year, it doesn't even have our fixtures. I think, is it next year we'll be doing the Euros? And in terms of the Euros, can't spell today. There you go. Is it? No, that's the Championships. There you go. It looks like we have won it because holders are England. Last 2 games, so they didn't win it. Obviously, the real life one, England lost to Italy. Then Italy won it the next year, and then England won it the previous year. So we'll be playing to retain the title of the European Cup next year in 2031, or is it 2032? We might not have a lot of international games to play, to be honest. So I don't think we're going to be going back to England that often. I think we'll probably do one, like just this bit. And if we do well in the European League and we get ahead, I think there's a trophy for this. So if we do well in this one, we'll obviously go back to this. But if not, we'll just have it running in the background. So that's what's happening with England and Hull and everything. So we're going to go back to Hull and not go back to England again. Today, we are looking at playing Wolves and Man United, which are not easy games to start the league off, I'm not going to lie. Wolves away, which is not ideal, and then Man U at home. Even though we're at home, Man U are going to be a hard team to play. So yeah, we've got these 2 games. Let's have a look at our transfers that we've done. So we haven't gone crazy, to be fair. I've tried to keep it quite restrained because I don't want to take apart our team too much, because we played well as a team last season. I think we've got the kind of potential there. We just need to keep them together so that they're used to playing together. So we brought in Christian Pereira, who is a centre-back, who's our best centre-back, 24-year-old Colombian. We got him for quite a cheap price, I think, 2.1 mil, and he's now worth 7 mil, so he's going to be kind of a regular starter for us. Hopefully it will make a difference. We brought in a young keeper who's got great potential and also quite good current ability. We played him over the what's it called, the friendlies, and he kept a few clean sheets. I mean, he played 2 games, kept clean sheets in both of them. So he looks like he's going to be fairly decent. Maybe not this year because we've got Trafford this year, but next year potentially he'll knock Trafford off that first place, and maybe even this season if Trafford's not performing, because I don't know how well he's going to do in the Premier League. So, and after that, we brought in our biggest signing, 10 mil for a 27-year-old Brazilian striker. Now, the reason the star ratings look different is because I'm now manager of England. So I now have like the ratings for all of the English players. So if you look at like Tammy Abraham, he's a 3-star. Rashford's a 3-star, a 4-star even. And so I've got all of these ratings which are affecting the Hull player ratings, which is a little bit annoying because like we have good players, but they're all up at 2 stars now because of that. I don't know if there's a way to undo that, but we can't at the moment. So that's just how we're going to have to go. But yeah, where is he? Let's go back to transfers and transfer history. Oh my goodness, I'm clicking all over the place. I got distracted. Lucas Gomez. You know what? I was looking for a young striker, but all of them weren't great. And if you look here, if you actually click onto the player, you can see the report summary from our team. He's like 3.5 with potential only is up as to 3.5, so he's at his full potential. But like he has been scoring fairly consistently in Brazil. He's had a chance in Belgium. He didn't really play at the start of his career, but he's been to Sweden, Portugal and Holland. I think he's going to be the sort of player that can hit the ground running, hopefully, and get us like maybe 10, 15, 20 goals this season. And that's what we need, really. We needed someone who can jump straight into the team and start scoring, because that's where we struggled last season. We just weren't able to score. We've sent a lot of people out on loan. Again, I just can't help it. There's a few players which I have got rid of. We got rid of Finn Stevens, who was our right back last season, who was kicking off about game time. We then got rid of Afolabi because he's a 30-year-old striker who wasn't scoring. He, like, last season, he got 9 goals, and the season before he got 15. That was his best season for us, really. That 15 goals, which really helped us out, but he's just not at a Premier League level. So I sold him for 1.6 to Huddersfield. He wasn't too pleased about that. He kicked off a little bit, but I got him gone, and it didn't affect the people too badly. We've still got quite high dynamics. Good, very good, and very good. So we should be all right in that regard. And then loans, we put loads of people out on loan. Couchman is one I'm keeping an eye on because he is potential. If we look at the reports from here, there you go. For Hull, he's potential 3.5 to 4.5 star. So he's going to be a really good central midfielder when he gets up to his full potential. So we loaned him out to Colchester. We've got a load of youngsters that we loaned out. I signed this guy, Jakub, Nulegoski, and we couldn't get a work permit, so I've just loaned him straight out to Basel, so he can actually get some game time, hopefully. I think he should be able to get a work permit in Basel because that's where he's from Germany. I don't know. He might not be able to play a game, but we brought him in because he's got really good potential. Looks like he might be a player for the future if we just look at the reports. But 4 to 5 star potential, already 3-star standard. So I'm hoping we can get his work permit sorted at the end of this season. If not, we'll just have to keep loaning him out until he can get a work permit, basically. And then we loaned out a load of other youngsters here, which are going to be basically, I'm thinking in like 2 more seasons' time, these will all be our like first team players mostly. And then we've got Dimitri, who wasn't quite up to the level that we needed him to be, so we ended up selling him on to a Swedish team, and he's actually done all right since he's moved. So good on him. Hopefully he has a good career in Sweden. So that's everything that we've got for now with transfers. I don't think we'll be doing too many more, but we'll just have to keep an eye on how the first lot of games go, because I think the transfer window closes at the end of August, so we've got 4 games to play. If by the end of August we're really struggling, if we don't win a single game, don't get a single goal, we might look at bringing some more people in, because we do still have 15.9 mil in the bank and 38 grand of wages left. I mean, 38 grand is about 1 player, so we'll probably have to move some more money across to pay for wages, but I think there's probably something that we can use. But if we don't use it now, in January, we'll definitely have an idea of what we want to do. Maybe Trafford won't be good enough. We'll be looking for a good goalkeeper now rather than in the future. Because we've got a lot of high potential goalkeepers, not a lot of high ability goalkeepers. We had a great pre-season. Unfortunately, just before Lucas Gomez got injured. He's looking fine now. I might just play him. Because he was injured, and I was like, well, we can't play him for the first game. That's great. But he doesn't look like he's got any fitness concerns, so I think we're just gonna have to go for it. Let's do this thing. So let's go to the game against Wolves. All right, so the team we're going with against Wolves is Trafford in goal, Ruffin, Hanlon, Piera, and Terrace in defence, Harder, Taylor, Lee, and Potter in midfield, and then Gomez and Vince Krause up front. Now we do have a lot of people on the bench that we can bring in. We did also sign, I forgot. Actually, I should probably do that now real quick. There was some people we signed before the end of last season. And that was Jacob Nuaglonski, or however you say that, and Oscar Gleeson, who's a left and central defender who has got a little bit more potential but quite high current ability. Used to play for Shamrock Rovers. He's basically played there all his life. He's played in the Irish leagues. I'm hoping he might be able to be a good backup defender, but I think he's down as a star player, so he's probably going to kick off about game time this season. Just you wait. So yeah, that's the team we're going for. We're going to submit this and hope that we can make a bit of a difference on our first game in the Premier League and maybe get a win. So we can start with a win or a draw against Wolves. That's pretty decent still. That's at least something, isn't it? I just don't want to get absolutely trashed by them. So, got nothing to lose here. I feel like we're the underdogs in every game. So, it's going to be an interesting season for sure. I think the first goal here will be crucial. Strong start and positive approach, yeah. Are you hopeful of a performance today? Know what we're capable of and believe we'll do well. Almost time for kickoff. You must be excited. Ready for it. Let's do this. So Wolves playing 4-3-2-3-1. I mean, a lot of teams seem to be playing that formation. Maybe we should look into doing that again, because we did it for a little while and it didn't really go down too well. But that's our team, the 4-4-2. We stay with that. Usually it hasn't done us too badly so far. But let's see how it does in the Premier League. Okay, so Wolves are on the attack. The ball bobbles around, but they still have it. Neto has the ball through to Fabio Silva, and Trafford with the good save. We can breathe a sigh of relief as that first save is made by Trafford. And hopefully, yes, nothing comes from the corner. Woo! Okay, corner again to Wolves. Put in. What a header off the crossbar, I think. But Harder now has it. Can we hit them on the counter a little bit? Where's Harder going? Terrible tackle by Eze. I think that probably was a tactical foul there from the looks of it. But not too shabby play so far from the lads. Okay, Trafford with the free kick to Piera. To Lee. Back to Trafford. What was that? Terrible goal kick out, but luckily we gather it back up. Trafford, not again. Oh well, to Lewis Potter. Lee now has it. He's going to go for a little run. Through ball. Can Gomez get there? No. And it just luckily peters out. And it comes back to us. And Lewis Potter puts the ball in. Gomez. Oh my goodness. We need a debut goal, Gomez. We want something from you today. Taylor with the corner. Puts the ball in. Headed clear. Doesn't even clear the first person. And now Jolison has it for Wolves. And the highlight ends. Damn it. First injury of the season. Bo Harder is injured, and we don't. I meant to put Mwamba on the bench. We don't have him on the bench, so we've got David Fletcher, who I don't know if you remember. We brought him in last season. 21-year-old Welsh winger. Let's see. I mean, what a time to make your debut, I suppose, isn't it? He's been playing through pre-season and playing okay, but he's obviously not quite up to the standard that we're looking for within the team. But nothing we can do about that when we forget to put the certain people on the bench. Lee now has it from a throw in. Terrace. Piera. Let's be careful when passing it around the defence, because that can happen and that can happen. You just knew it was happening. But from the looks of it, we've got VAR this season, which is nice. And I think that's going to be called for... You're joking. It's not offside. They got the goal just before half-time. Great. It's not going to go our way today, I can feel. That was definitely offside. Are they going to show us the lines? Where are the lines? Let's see this. How close was that? I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. He was offside. I feel we were cheated there. Alright. Show me something else. Yeah, let's give him a little motivation. Right, who's not playing well? Most of our defence aren't playing great. Ruffin can come off for a Drad. Ruffin is going to be a problem, I think, because he keeps kicking off about not having enough game time, but he's not actually that good. And then I think Feeney, but then I'm looking at Vince Krause. I think Bonucci can come on for Vince Krause, but then Pereira isn't doing great for his first game either. Okay, let's give them like a little bit of a chat and say you can do it. Start the second half, and I think we're going attacking. We're going to have to go at them, otherwise we're not going to do anything, are we? And straight away there's a highlight though, and it's their attack. So it looks like we're in trouble here. Fabio Silva. Oh, you're joking. The guy I was going to bring off because he's having a torrid game has gone and given away a penalty. It's definitely a penalty, let's be honest. And now we're going to be 2-0 down because I don't see Trafford saving this. There you go. 2-0 down against Wolves on our first game. And it couldn't really be going much worse, to be honest. Our new signings have not shown up and not done anything that we wanted them to. But it's not over until it's over. Let's hope we can salvage something from this game. Lee to Lewis Potter. Up to Gomez. Gomez has a little bit of space. Plays it back to Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter looking to get it in the box. Play to Bonucci, and Lee gets a goal, and that's 2-1 with plenty of time in the second half. Let's see if we can claw back at a result here. Problem is I don't have any subs, and I need to get Pereira off, so I'm not holding out hope that we're going to be able to not concede any more goals, but let's see what happens for the rest of this half. Alright, so 79 minutes in and we have a highlight. A Hanlon passing it around all the way back to Trafford. And I've been telling them to play it out. Why are they playing back to keeps? And he just absolutely punts it out because that's when we concede. And I don't know how to stop him doing it because he does it every time now. And it's getting really frustrating because it's just obvious that we're going to concede at that point. And now we've lost the game because of just terrible play by our goalkeeper and our defence again. I thought our defence was kind of ready for this challenge of the Premier League, and I am now very obviously concede that they're not. They've been outplayed by their striker. I don't know who's their striker again. I can't remember their name. Fabio just got himself a hat trick. It was like we weren't even there. Might as well not been a goalkeeper. 6.1 for Trafford. Oh, Terrace is playing a great game. The only defender to have a good game at the moment. I just don't see us. Oh man, if we can't beat Wolves, are we going to survive? Bonucci with an amazing goal. Why can't we keep that going? I mean, we haven't faded without sight, but we have not played well. And it's going to be a struggle this season for sure in the Premier League. Adrad with the ball to Gomez. Gomez just gives the ball away. Again, a new player which we wanted to see him bursting onto the scene, and he's done a 6.3 and has played awful. Don't give away another penalty, boys. And it's just over the bar. We just want this game to end now, basically. Trafford out to O'Hanlon. Hanlon to Trafford. Right, this isn't working, is it, boys? We want the ball at the other end of the pitch, and you're passing it between yourself. There's no movement from everyone looking for the pass or anything. It's just woeful. And we've got Man United next. I am not looking forward to that. And that's offside. And come on, just give us the full-time whistle, and we can be done with this game. It's been a torrid time. And again, actually, not the only person, we got 2 goals, didn't we? But Bonucci, the only striker to get us a goal. Why is Bonucci able to score and no one else is? I will not know. Not happy with the performance out there. I'm not going to say unlucky because we were unlucky, but also we didn't play well. And both of those. We didn't all do all the things we were meant to do, play football, and that happens, it's hard to win. Why do you feel the blame lies with you? It's my job to make sure we're doing everything we can win, so it follows that it's my fault if we don't. Just how damaging was it to concede it? Like that half-time goal was so annoying to concede, I'm not going to lie. Amongst supporters that you refused subs. I didn't have enough subs, the whole team played badly. Jeez. Alright, so we are now 0 points out of 1 game, and we are going to play Man United, who have just won their first game. How bad is the injury for Harder? 4 to 5 weeks. It's not ideal, is it? That's going to be a pain as well. Few debuts, not too many. I thought that would help us with our team cohesion, but obviously it didn't do enough to help us out. Where's Mwamba? For some reason he wasn't playing. So we'll put Mwamba on to replace Harder. And then I think we'll probably put Bonucci on to replace Vince Krause and start with those 2 up front next game and see how that goes. In terms of defenders, I really don't know what to do because they all played so badly. I might have to give Xavier a chance. Javier? He's only 2-star at the moment, really high potential, but I think if we have a look at the reports, I mean, he's only half a star below Trafford. Man United is not the game to give him his debut, though. I'll give him a debut probably against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup and see how he plays there. But yeah, okay, so we'll be back in a second for the Man United game. Alright, so we are at the Man United game, and we're just going to stick with the formation and the players that we've got for now. We're not going to panic too soon, because I think from last season we saw how quickly things can turn around. Like, we had a really hard start to the Championship last season, and then we ended up coming second with a really good second half. Now, Premier League's different. It's a lot harder. But once players start getting used to playing with each other, like the cohesion what starts coming into effect, then this team will be a lot better than they are now. Like, after Pereira, Gomez, and some of the other players which we've signed get their first like couple of months nerves out of the way, they should start playing well as well, hopefully. And then potentially I might bring in another defender to kind of replace a Hanlon, but he's a good defender. That's the thing. He's usually fairly decent. I think actually Trafford needs to be replaced. He did so well for us last season. He got 15 clean sheets, conceded only 46. Oh, a goal a game. There you go. 46 out of 46, which is decent. That's pretty good sort of average. But I think, man, he did so well for Rotherham the season before there in League One. 40 games, 34 conceded, 16 clean sheets. That's what made us want to sign him, but I just don't know if Premier League is for him. We might have to sign someone who's already at like a 4-star standard if we can afford them. I've got the scouts looking at the moment, so we'll see what they come back with. But the team we're going for, very similar to what we had before. We've got Trafford, Terrace, Pereira, I think it's Pereira, Hanlon and Ruffin in defence, Lewis Potter, Lee, Taylor and Mwamba in midfield, and then Bonucci and Gomez up front. I've switched around Vince Krause and Bonucci, and I've got Ramsey, Gallinopoulos. I mean, Gallinopoulos is a great player. I should probably see if I can get him on the team more often. And then we've got Colin Dallas and Fletcher as the support for the Lewis Potter and Mwamba if we need to sub them off. And we've got Feeney and Adrad in defence to replace one of these guys. So we've got good cover on the bench. I think that's the big difference this season. We've got really good cover. We've got Bo Harder out injured, but we've got Gleeson as well who can come onto the defence and do a job. So I think the difference this season is we do have really good depth. It's just potentially there's some areas we need to just strengthen. So let's go into this game against Man United. We're not expecting a massive win, but hopefully not an absolute destroying. make me proud, make me proud, and make me proud. Then in the tunnel, what I got to say, where do you need to improve after a disappointing outing against Wolves? A little bit more from everyone. Those margins gains will add up and you'll see us bounce back. What's the mood in the dressing room? We're at a great place. Atmosphere is strong. I think it really shows on the pitch. He's fine. He's in good shape and wants to play. Hopefully that new defender isn't like lazy or something, because they're asking about his fitness. We'll have to keep an eye on the Christian. Okay, so first a highlight is United have the ball at the back, passing it round. That guy just had it. Fairhurst, their centre back. He is one of the best defenders for England, so we're keeping an eye on him as well for if he's any good. Ball in, headed down. What a save by Trafford. I mean, he can do things like that. That's why I don't think Trafford is worth dropping. Gavi with the corner in. Pereira out. Gomez, can you get there first? Doesn't look like he wants it. But luckily the highlight ends, so we're not conceding there. Trafford out to Hanlon. Back to Trafford. Long ball forward. And again, wayward. And that's where we're losing. If a goal comes from this, it's every time. Luckily it was wide, but every time he hits out we really nearly concede. I've been telling them short passing, play it out from the back, but they're not doing it. I just feel like, whoa, damn it. Great save by, hello, might be offside. They're still celebrating. Is it going to be a goal? Goal awarded. What? Okay, great save by Trafford in the first place. Oh, it wasn't even a save by Trafford. I think it came off the head of one of our defenders. Who was it? Oh, I didn't get to see. I think it smacked the side of the head of one of our defenders. A Hanlon now has it. Straight away a highlight. 1-0 down at home against Man United. These are the moments which make or break us, basically. And then we just pass the ball straight to them. Great. Great. And now Greenwood's in. And Mason Greenwood scores. Great. I mean, I have removed him from the England squad because of all the stuff that's happened with him in real life. So, yeah. Another corner to United. Headed clear by Lee, but Sancho now has it. We are getting absolutely dominated here. I'm going to go attacking. We've got to go back at them a little bit. Oh, what a turn by Martinez. And we're now 3-0 down. And just look so out of our depth, don't we, in the Premier League? It's embarrassing. I can't believe how bad Lee's been playing. He came from United. That's where we signed him from, Mohamed Lee. Maybe that's a little bit of the nerves of playing. Ramsey's gone down to 3 stars ability. He used to be 4.5, 3.5 even. He's declined in ability since I don't know, since we've moved up to the Premier League. But Ruffin's playing bad. I mean, the whole defence is playing bad, but Ruffin is usually the culprit for being awful. And it could be 4-5 by the end of the first half. We really need to sort ourselves out. Trafford has the ball, looking for a pass. Long ball forward up to Mwamba, but he's not getting it. Sancho now has the ball back. Out to Martinez, and Yarez gets it. Dinks it over, and it's 4-0. Come on. Like, this is just utterly mortifying now. I can't believe this. Yes, go with the changes. Shout, demand more. Come on, boys. Taylor puts the ball in from a corner. Nothing from it, and now they're on the attack again. Greenwood. Now Camavinga, I think it's how you say it. Headed away. Luckily, we're not getting a fifth at this point. Bonucci now has the ball. Plays up to Gomez. It hits his heels? What are you doing, Gomez? I spent 10 mil on that. I spent 10 million on a guy who can't even control a pass to his feet. What an absolute disgrace. Ramsey, Gomez plays a terrible pass. He's going off at half-time then, isn't he? Oh my goodness. Make it end, please. Just make it end. It's 4-0 and they're still going. And Greenwood hits the crossbar. Trafford out, and then it's only as far as Lamptey, and Sancho now has the ball. They're just having fun now. Martinez gets his second, and it's 5-0 at 30 minutes. And I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do in this game, and we are just getting absolutely destroyed. We're not ready for the Premier League, boys. And I think this has shown that quite clearly. Another corner. Trafford saves it. You know what? Trafford hasn't been that bad today. He's made some saves. He's just not been that great. And then a punt forward. That's where he's just shocking, and it annoys me so much. Oh, Hanlon. Trafford had that. What is going on with our communication as well? We're just panicking at the moment. Yeah, hit a long ball forward to the guy who doesn't even care he's on the pitch at the moment. Oh, man. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I can't believe England have hired me at this point. They're probably like considering why they hired me as well at this point. What the heck? 6-0. This is unfair. Let's just make it stop. Is there a way you could just end it at half time and just be like, we're done? Lewis Potter now has the ball with a throw, and Bonucci gives it away. And Greenwood's going to go and score here. 1-on-1 with Keeps. And he chips it over him, and it's 7-0. I have no way of expressing how angry I am right now. I hate this game sometimes. And this is one of those really big moments. I didn't do enough transfers over the summer. I thought keeping the team as it was, the team that won not won, but came second in the championship, would at least be worth something. But no, we're at such a low level, and I'm gonna just shout at them. There you go. Just shout at them and say, do better. What more can I do? Like, we're a team full of ratings 6.0. Like, I don't have enough substitutions to take off the players which I need to take off, basically. A Hanlon to Drad, to Taylor, to Mwamba, who's having a terrible game, and Taylor's just giving it away. Can we just do some passes? A Drad, well done, Taylor. A Drad up to Tui, but Fairhurst. Tui's that defender which I'm keeping an eye on. He's been solid today, that's for sure. He's not given anyone a inch. He's been very solid. Good tackle by Hanlon, getting him on the floor, and then Yarez gets a goal, and it's 8-0. And I'm pretty sure people are going to be angry about my performance as a manager in this game. I have the impression my fans are not going to be too pleased. Damn, what a game. I mean, United have been clinical. They have not given anything, like, not an inch. Just look at them go. They're pushing for more. Bonucci, Terrace, up to no one. Great. Right. I'm going to have to rethink tactics, I think. I might have to change formation that we play. I think we have to go more defensive. I think we have to play 5 at the back, a defensive mid, and then 3 in midfield, 2 up front. I think that's one too many players on the pitch, but can we have that at this point? Are we allowed to have an extra man? Because we need it. Look, I'm not even doing commentary over this because it's just ridiculous. Like, look how high up they are as well. Their high press is insane. Tui has the ball, and just no one wants it in my team. Like, this is literally, we want this game to be over, but it's highlight after highlight after highlight, and it's gonna be 9. No, luckily that one wasn't. But my goodness, this has been shocking. Mwamba and Lewis Potter have been the culprits of really not showing up. Again, I moaned about it the season before, and then last season Lewis Potter stood up, got loads of assists, played really well, and has been was fantastic. This season, 2 games where he's done literally nothing and given the ball away every time he's got the ball. So I don't know. I don't understand how he can be so good and so bad at the same time. I think he's getting close to 30 now. I just think we should sell him, get rid of him, and cash in what we can. See if we can get a better winger for the money, because He's just not consistent. Oh my goodness. 9-0 now with a great finish from the edge of the box. I feel like keeper might need to change, but then I say change the keeper, look at the whole of our defence. I can't change the whole of our defence, I don't have enough money. And then look at our midfield. I can't change the whole of our midfield. Or strikers. We don't have any good strikers on at the moment. It's just, overall, we're a team that is ill prepared for the Premier League. And I just don't think we're going to get there this season. I think this is a season where we go down. Unless I abandon ship early on and try and find somewhere abroad to manage. Which might be a choice, because we're doing all right, like manager-wise. We got offered the England job and that. I think if we moved on to a team in like maybe Netherlands, see if we can reclaim the glory from when we were playing in Holland, and we got well, I say reclaim the glory. We basically got fired for not doing good enough at Eindhoven. So if we can get a job in Holland and kind of patch up our reputation there, that might be something. But look at that. 9-0. What an absolute joke of a team we are. There's nothing good I can say about that. I'm gonna be mad because what the hell were you playing at? Everyone who's demotivated by me being angry, what game were you watching? Because that's all they were doing was watching. A humiliating defeat. As appalling result, and the players know exactly how I feel. Such disappointing result surely means back to the training ground. Our training is comprehensively planned out for long term. That'll be. I promised squad the day off, and it's successful here, and they're definitely not going to happen now. There you go. Unfortunately for us, yeah, he was great. So we're now bottom of the league with minus 11 goal difference. That has killed us, because if we get down to the end of the season, and like, look, there's a lot of teams with no points out of 2 games. Like there's Tottenham, Everton, West Brom, Newcastle, us. No points out of 2 games. But if it gets down to the wire at the end of the season, and we're trying to like get 17th, 16th place, and it's all between goal difference, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. So yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. So that's going to be a tricky one, isn't it? I don't know what to do. I've kind of reached a point where I'm a little bit lost with what to do with this side, and I don't really like. We can bring in some extra players, but what have we got? We don't have a lot on the wage budget. So let's say we need to take some off that for our wage budget, so we can afford good players. So we've got 153 grand. That should be enough for wages for a couple of good players. We've only got 9 mil left. Now if we look at our scouted and see goalkeepers, let's have a look at goalkeepers, because I think goalkeepers we do need to improve, and ability. Alright, so we've got Rizal. I think he's playing for Leeds at the moment. 16 mil. Potentially we could sign him. What's the reports say? He's like a 4-star potential. He is interested, but we'd need to spend a lot of money on him. He earns 61 per week at the moment. I mean, we could give him a shout and see if he wants to come. He would get a work permit. That's the most important thing. I mean, having a good keeper would make a lot of difference. We've got Bonnet, who I don't think will join. He joined only last season for $1 million. I mean, if we could get him for like, let's say 6.2, he might be worth it. He's only 3-star. He's about the same as Trafford. So I think it's got to be Rizal. But then, where else in this squad do we improve? I mean, there's areas everywhere where we could, like, our defence clearly isn't good enough. Our left wing is definitely not good enough. Right wing, Lewis Potter, a 29-year-old, he's worth 34 mil. I'm not seeing that from the performances he put in. Mohamed Lee just has stopped showing up for games. It just seems like he's not doing anything apart from that one goal he got. And then Kenneth Taylor, he's pretty decent. He's putting in a performance or two at least. Gomez has been shocking, but we have enough strikers. There's no way we can bring in more strikers without making other people upset. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. This has been a tough one, hasn't it? But we will be back fairly soon, actually, I think, in the... if we have a look at our schedule here, for these two games, Denmark, Sweden, in September. And then I think that's... Where is that for our schedule? Just before our Tottenham game. So we'll have a look at what our results were against Villa and Newcastle. Carabao Cup, we're not really looking at doing much with. So hopefully, I kind of hope we lose it so that we don't have to worry about Carabao Cup, because that will hurt our form in the Premier League as well. But yeah, we've probably got... We'll do the 2 England games, and then we'll probably come back. I want to give us quite a big space so we can come back and talk about how the season's going. We'll do Watford, West Brom, first 2 games in January. So we'll do the England games, then we'll do Watford and West Brom and go over the season and see how it's been for the first half and see what we can change in January. So that's the plan for the next couple of videos. Thanks for watching, and apologies you had to sit through that atrocious display by Hull. Remember to come back next time. Hopefully we'll be doing better as England, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.